Hey Rosebud Art and Soul Designs, how are we doing today? I'm Kelly. I'm coming on to you guys today to show you guys how I'm going to paint the vintage Santa. So I'm just coming on to say hi, getting started a couple minutes early. If you're hopping on, just say hi. I'm just going to make sure I'm live on the page so that we can see it. Okay, perfect. Yes, I see that the live is here. All right, let me just do a few, just lower the volume on this video. I wanted to keep the chat up on the computer so I can see if you guys are responding and saying hi. So first of all, I want to say thank you for supporting and helping me grow this new adventure in my life. If you don't know me, I am a New York City high school art teacher, so I do this. I do art for a living, and I teach kids how to paint and draw in school, and I teach them all these new skills and techniques. And I said to myself, why not bring it to my friends and family on Facebook? And they're always commenting on what great talent my students have and what great talent I have as well. So I figured, why not show you guys and help share with you guys? So if you want to get some text from me so I can let you guys know when I'm going live on Facebook, you guys can text me here. I'm sorry, I have this amazing little light board that I got, and then it didn't have enough numbers, so I'm gonna order more numbers. So it actually, let me make sure it fits. So the number is 866-818-9002. Just text the word join to this number. All right, and I also put it in the description above so that you guys can get text from me, so I can let you guys know when I'm going live, what new items I'm going to be selling. So I'm going to be probably selling some artwork as well. You guys, you can also text, if you text me today, I will send you guys the instructions, the supply list. So you're going to get the supply list, the instructions, and I'm going to send you guys a tracer, which is the picture broken down to 4 pieces of paper. And I will, you guys can head back to the link to this video for free. So I'll give you all this for free. And then you head back to this video so you guys can repaint this painting with me. If you want me to give you the supplies, meaning provide you the paint, you guys can actually order this as an art kit. Okay, so what will happen is you're still going to get the instructions and the supply list. However, I'm already going to have it pre-traced for you onto your canvas when you order it. So art kits are for a 14 by 20, I believe, or 16 by 20 canvas is $35. All right, not including shipping. With shipping, it comes out to a little bit more, but that's all on my website. So if you are tracing this, what I would do, if you don't have graphite paper to trace it with, if you can take a pencil. So the trick is to take a pencil and to shade where the lines are, and then turn it around. And when you put it on your canvas, you trace it again. So you're just basically covering the back with graphite with a pencil first, and then turning around. And when you put it onto your canvas, you use the pencil again and just like trace it out. And that actually works great. Again, so I'm just trying to see if I can share this video onto my regular homepage on Facebook. All right, so if you guys are here, say hi in the chat. Also, if you guys can share this onto your own page so other people can join in, and maybe your friends and family would like to see something like this and to be painted along with you guys. I'm even available in the Long Island, Brooklyn, and Staten Island, New Jersey areas if you want to have a paint party at home with your friends and family. So I am available for that as well. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to set up my canvas. So let me just get my camera so you guys can see my canvas. Okay. Okay, so I have my video up. Okay. So again, if you would like to share this video, you can share this video. I'm also going to get my picture of it up on my screen. Perfect. All right, so what you're going to need is paint. So like I said, I give you guys the supply list. You can get the paint from Deco Art itself. The only difference on this, which I realize now, is Deco Art no longer sells Tuscan Red, or I couldn't find it again this week. So what I purchased instead of Tuscan Red was Santa Red. Alright, I figured Santa, we're making a Santa Claus, so it's a dark red, so I figured it didn't make any difference. I have my flathead brushes here, my round brushes in my water already. And just what you basically need is I use a paper plate as my palette, and then I make sure I have a couple of paper towels on the side to dry off my brushes. Okay, so the first color I'm going to start off with is Calypso Blue. Okay, so this is a very light blue. Also, you also always want to make sure you shake color out the Deco Art colors, because sometimes we're probably gonna need a lot more blue than that, because I got to color the whole background. Sometimes it's acrylic paint. So acrylic paint is a water base. So sometimes the paint and the water will separate. So we don't want that to happen. So when you shake it, you should be able to combine all of your colors back together. So here on the instruction, I'm going to go through exactly how it is here, so that you can follow along too when you are painting this yourself. All right, so the first instruction says we're going to take a wide flat brush, all right, and we're going to paint the entire background blue. So you can see here I have my image traced already on here. Okay. So I'm going to take a large flathead. So this one is about a 1-inch flathead. Okay, I'm just drying it onto my paper towel. All right, because you don't want a lot of water on your brush when you're painting. And I'm just going to take that Calypso Blue, just like this, and just be very careful as I am painting the background portion of this. Okay. So if you are going out to go buy the supplies and everything, the canvases I get from Michaels, they also sell all of the Deco Art supplies there at Michael as well. So you will be able to find all the colors. If you don't want to purchase them from Deco Art online itself. But let me tell you, I'm always ordering from Deco Art online, and they literally take a couple of days to ship them to you. So you do get your paints within a week. I honestly have to say that. They're very good with getting you your products as fast as you need them. So the brand that I use, the Deco Art Americana acrylic paint. All right, so again, I'm just painting in the entire background. If you accidentally hit the lines or get a little bit in the lines of your drawing, that is okay. It is acrylic paint. Acrylic paint is opaque. So what opaque means is it's not see-through. So you won't, so when you paint, like for example, we know the beard is going to be like this white color. So we know that if we paint white over it, it'll go over the blue. All right. You guys, when you're painting, you guys can take your time and you can wait for your layers to dry. I just want to warn you guys, because I am doing this live, I don't want to take too much of your time today if you're just watching and hanging out, painting this, okay? So what's actually quite exciting is I'm actually starting to do painting in the classroom. So I'm going to be teaching my kids how to do a monochromatic self-portrait. So I teach Introduction to Studio Art. And it's basically a foundations class. It's very similar to what I'm doing right now. It's teaching the basics on how to draw, how to paint. If you follow me on my school Instagram account, you guys can follow me there. You guys can also follow me on my Instagram account for my business, which is at Rosebud Designs 10 on Instagram. Okay. I'm also on TikTok. The same thing, at Rosebud Designs 10. I figured putting my whole entire title of my business in the username might have been way too long and too much to type in to find me. The number 10 is chosen because I got married on August 10th. I didn't want to put my actual wedding date, so I just chose the number 10. Also, my husband is born on February 10th, so it kind of works out that I just used 10. And he has been a great supporter of me with my business. He's actually helped me set everything up with my business, so I am very grateful for my husband. And hopefully we'll be getting our Christmas tree today, and I'll be decorating the inside of my house this weekend, which is very exciting. All right, so once you get all of your background in, you can move on to the next step. So I'm just gonna put that into the water. All right, so I'm gonna just clean my brush. Again, I'm gonna wipe that onto my paper towel. I'm gonna use, my husband's texting me. Sorry, my husband's texting me. His father is in the hospital, so I'm hoping that everything is okay. So I'm gonna take the red right now, and I'm actually gonna put that on my plate. I'm just waiting to see if he texts me back to see if I need to call him back. So I'm gonna take my same brush I just washed off. I'm gonna take a little bit of the red now. I'm gonna paint in the hat area. So sometimes you're gonna notice that you might need 2 coats of color on your canvas. That is perfectly fine. Sometimes the colors are a little thinner, especially if they're like brand new colors. And this particular color is brand new because I went to go get Tuscan red because I didn't have any more of it for this painting. So again, I'm just painting in the hat area. Just like so. Okay, perfect. And now that's going to dry up a little bit. And now I'm just going to wash off my brush one more time. I like to drag it across the edge of the cup to get all that excess water off, and then make sure I pat it dry into the paper towel. All right, so next I want to get a medium brush. I'm going to use this one. This one is pretty clean already. All right. I want to paint my star gold. So the color I'm using is going to be the Extreme Sheen by Deco Art, called 24 Karat Gold. Again, I'm just shaking it up before I... Looks like it needs to be shaking up a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, see this? See how it separates in the color? I think because there was no air in this one. Let me just... This is why I say you always gotta make sure all your colors are shaken. The sheens and the glitters are very, very, very weird when it comes to kind of painting them out. Sometimes you literally have to open them up and mix them with the brush. So you can do that too, just to get that top layer to be mixed in. All right, so that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm just going to do it directly from here and painted my star. All right, so I accidentally got, so it's okay. I accidentally got it onto the canvas. While it's still wet, it's okay. You can use a baby wipe or a damp towel. I got it a little bit in the blue, but the blue is still drying, so I'm just going to wait for that to dry. This is not fully... I'm just going to mix this for a minute because it's not fully mixed, as I can tell, as I'm painting the star. And I don't know if you guys can see the star. I don't like the way it's coming out. Alright, so I'm just deleting the color. Okay. Now that I got gold all over this brush, I'm gonna work with it just like this. It's hard to control your brush like this. And especially now the paint is coming down off the brush. All right. So again, I teach you step by step on how to paint. I'm not expecting you guys to be perfect artists coming into this. Just like I tell my students, I'm not expecting you guys to be Picasso. I'm just expecting you guys to actually just try. As long as you guys keep practicing, you guys will get a handle of this. So I'm just going to try to scrape as much of this back into the container. All right, so this is, I think this brush is going to be completely done. Just grab another piece of paper towel here. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to take the other brush that I was just using before. I'm just going to smooth out the gold a little bit. Just like so. Okay, perfect. So now next what I want to do is we want to paint in Santa's skin. All right, so you guys can choose what color you want your skin to be. It could be a little darker if you need to be a little bit darker. I'm gonna use Coral Shell. So mine is Coral Shell. I'm gonna use a smaller brush. I don't think I'm gonna use that other brush anymore because I don't think it's gonna, it has gold all over. I gotta wash it. So again, starting off, and I'm just painting Santa's face. Again, you can choose any skin tone you want. Okay. It could be any, you could give him a tan, you could make him your own skin tone. Whatever skin tone you choose will work out perfectly fine. So again, if you guys are hopping on, say hi in the chat. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I got my skin tone in. So what I'm going to do is I want to kind of make a little shadow on the side of his head. So I'm going to take a little bit of that coral and a little bit of that red. Just a little bit. All right, and what I want to do is kind of make a shadow. And if you're not comfortable making a shadow, that is okay. So what I'm basically just doing is creating a shadow along the side of his head. And then I'm just going to go back with just the coral and blend in and smooth out my edges of my lines there. So it just looks like a shadow. Okay. So next I want to go back to my gold paint. Hopefully I mixed it up enough now where I can paint, it comes out gold. Perfect. And I want to take a little bit of white and add that to my canvas. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my large flathead and I'm going to mix a little bit of white with a little bit of gold. We're going to get this all in together. Because the gold is so sheen, we're going to just use the white. All right. So, and the gold. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of go in with this color for his beard. All right, just to give it that gold sheen. It's okay if you want to paint the whole thing in this color first. We can always go back and add white highlights on top of it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to start painting the beard with the gold and the white. Probably grabbing a little bit more gold as I go along. Okay. So have you guys ever painted anything before? So if you have never painted, you can tell me you never painted before. If you did paint before, tell me what you have ever painted, or if you are like just a very well-known artist. Okay. Perhaps you can share your artwork on my page, and I would love to see your artwork. I always like to support other artists. Actually, I'm always supporting other artists. So like when we have fairs and everything here in Long Island, I like to buy art from other artists just to show my support. You know, you have to show your support to other artists because they're technically your community. So you need them around. Okay, so now I got in that beard to be that nice brownish antique color. So this is where that vintageness is now coming in with that antique white color. So I'm just gonna wash it off. Okay. For his hat area, I'm going in with the white, and I'm gonna kind of do like a circular stroke. I'm gonna add in a little bit of gold. I'm gonna add in more white than gold for the hat area. And I'm just doing a circular motion with my big brush, as you guys can see. So it's still a little lighter than the beard actually is, which is what we actually want. Okay, so next we're gonna go back in with that little bit of blue that I had before. All right, I'm just cleaning off my brush real fast. And I kind of want to make these little bit of streaks in the hat. All right, there's too much paint, so I'm just taking some paint off. All right, so I'm just putting some blue streaks in the hat area, just like so. Okay, so again, I'm following the directions, just how they are written out for you guys, just so that you guys can see how it is done. All right, so again, I'm just going to take a little bit more turquoise or blue, and I'm just going to, so for this part now, I'm just going to go around the star. And just clean up the star with the blue. And I'm just going to clean up around his face and his beard with the blue. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the side of the brush to kind of clean up that area a little bit. And then I realized I missed the little corner. So I missed. So I'm just gonna go back in with the white and the gold and get that corner in. And then go in with the blue and just clean it up really fast. Okay. So he's coming together pretty well. So what we're going to do next is, again with the gold, wiping off my brush. I think I'm going to try the metallic gold. This is actually brand new. I never used it. I should have used this with a star. Maybe I will. All right, so I'm just gonna put the cover back on for a second and just shake it up again. So what's great about this is it comes out on the cover and you can just go in with your brushes I'm gonna use a smaller round brush to go in with this gold. I think I like this gold better for the star. Just trying to be careful not to grab that wet blue. And just grab that in. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some texture with the gold around the hat. So I'm just going in with some lines using just the gold. And what I did was I just added was texture. All right, just random lines. I think I'm going to do the same thing in the beard. So what I'm going to do now is, you're going to see, I'm just going to take the gold and just with a thinner brush go in and do some smoother streaks. Kind of like where the shape of his beard. All right, it's okay if it's not a perfect straight streaky line and it looks broken up. That's what makes it look vintage, and that also helps make it look a little bit more rustic looking, which I like. So I think I'm also going to add some of this into his hat area up here as well. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me wash off that brush. Let me put the lid on that for a minute. All right. So while he's kind of drying a little bit, we're going to start doing some outlining. I used black, so this is from Deco Americana. It's a bigger version of these little bottles because we always use black, so I always buy the bigger bottles of those colors. Their black is called Lamp, so if you're looking for it, it's called Lamp. All right, so you can actually use either a liner brush, or you guys can actually use a bigger flat brush, and I'll show you guys how to use the flat brush. Okay, so what I'm just doing right now, it's been cleaned. I'm just thinning it out just to make sure that I can create a straight line. So what you can do is get a little bit of black and just take off the excess a little bit. All right, so I'm going to start like right here. I'm holding the brush upward and I'm holding the brush on its side to create a line for outlining and just tracing the beard. All right, and just taking whatever left on that brush. As you can see, I only dipped it once so far. All right, if you're afraid to use this brush, you can go in with I wouldn't go in with a thinner brush, but I would go in with more of a round brush. Let me just rinse that brush off because it still has a little bit of gold on it. You guys can go in with a number, I believe there's like a number 6 round brush. And you could just go in. Again, I would just twirl it towards like the edge of my paper. And then you guys can use that. There's some blue here that looks like it hasn't dried. So what I'm going to do is take this brush, lift it up, and put it on my paper towel. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with this brush. Again, taking a little bit. I'm just going to go and trace the edges. Just like this. Okay. Trace down this one. Again, if you're afraid to use this brush, it is okay. You can use any brush. Then you can use a thinner brush if you like. I'm gonna go to his hat. Now for the star, I might use a thinner, the small round brush. And for the face area, I think I'm going to use the rounder brush. And I just dipped it in that blue I just wiped off the brush. Hold on, let me just wipe. Okay, perfect. Just grabbing a little bit of black. Okay. So what I basically just did was I traced it, sorry about that, traced just the outside corner. So now I'm going to go inside the face and start tracing the hair and stuff like that. So first I'm going to go up here and I'm just going to do a wiggle line for the hat. The same thing here, just do like a wiggle line. I'm going to connect it to this line, just like so. For the eyebrow. So I didn't touch the eyebrow with any color. So with the eye itself, I'm going to go in with a thinner lining brush. And just like so. And paint in his eye. I'm going to continue with the lining brush around the face area. Just go in, paint in his nose. All right, so let me just check out where he has his little mustache right here. Right here. All right. He has his other part of the beard right here. All right, and so then you guys, as you guys are looking at the image that we are looking at, you guys can kind of see where your lines can go to create his beard. Okay. I'm just adding some a little more black detailing in certain spots. Again, it's okay if it looks broken up. It doesn't, I'm sorry, I just got pink on that. Let me wipe that off. It's okay if you guys make the line look a little broken up. Sometimes the line does not have to be perfect. You could just go back over it if you want it to be perfect. But sometimes I like the broken up line, especially if you're doing something like a vintage or an antique looking painting. When it's broken up, it looks a lot better. Especially if you're just adding randomness all over the place. So with the same liner brush, I'm going to go in with the blue. Okay, and with the blue, I'm just going to go in. I got it's out of water. Let me get rid of that's out of water. Okay. And with that, I'm just going to go in again and add in some blue in certain spots. Just to give it a little bit more dimension. Okay. And then again, either with the liner brush or with the bigger round brush, I'm going to go with the bigger round brush, just washing it, all the black that was on there off, drying it off. I'm going to go in with the white now. So remember how I told you, like, if you get worried about your beard not being fully white, this is where you can go in now and add all your white highlights. All right, and you can add a lot more white when you know what you want. just be careful not to hit the black too much. All right, so again, I'm just going in with the white. If I'm picking up a little bit of the blue, that's okay, because it's helping me add more blue highlights in other places, which is fun. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in. I didn't go in with the black on the star yet, so I'm gonna go back in with the liner brush with the black and carefully try to have a steady hand. Normally, once you put your brush down, your hand gets pretty steady. Okay. Yes. Okay. So then I want to go with add some texture to the red part. We did that. We filled in the star. We did the lines. We're going to add a little dot. I'm just using the back of my brush for Santa's eye. Put it with the white. Oops, it didn't go through. It's probably because it wasn't fully dry. There's my dot for his eye. All right, so now I'm going to let this fully dry. When this fully dries, I'm going to go back in and use my, you don't have to use this. It's called Holographic Illusions, which is more like glitter. So the areas that I'm actually adding this into is going to be mostly his hat, his beard area. I'm not going to touch his face with this. Just going to touch the hat, the star, and the beard area. All right. I'm not touching the background with this at all. But one other thing I did want to add to the background is I kind of want to go in and make the background a little bit more, not just blue. I'm going to go back in with the gold. So I'm going to put a little bit of 24 karat gold. I'm going to go in with a chip brush. When you use a chip brush, you never really want to wet it. So it's completely dry, because I want to kind of go in and make these streaky lines with the gold. Just like this, okay? And I'm just going straight up and down, making streaky lines. Just to give it more of a vintage look. And it's just giving you guys the lines of that dry brush look, which is really... Sorry about that. And I got a little bit of watermarks. Take my little bit of paper towel, and voila. Let me push this back a little bit so you guys can see this. Vintage Santa. So again, if you guys are interested, in the tracer, the instructions, and the paint supplies and everything that you guys need, please don't forget to text me the word join at 866-818-9002. Again, it's in the description. Hi, babe. So yes, so please make sure you guys are, if you want me to send you the kit, or if you guys just want me to actually send you guys the information for free. Again, the kits are $35. So if you are interested, please let me know, comment below if you want an art kit as well. All right, guys, have a great day. Like I said, I'm just waiting for this to completely dry, and then I'm going to add my glitter. All right, have a great day. Bye, guys.